I'm having a really good hair day today, actually. Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and you are watching Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side for now. And one of the reality shows that we're doing is RuPaul's Drag Race, and I know I'm a little bit far behind, but in this instance, excuse me, I think I have another one coming, but that was better. Excuse me. Okay, so in this instance, I don't mind being a little bit far behind because no one's going to accuse me of leaking any spoilers. Good Lord. I've been traumatized by that. Yeah, traumatized. Anyways, so for Drag Race. Okay, so before we get into that, today was my last, it was Friday, right? So it was my last day of the work week. Everyone else gets to go home at 2 o'clock, and I went home at 4:40. Now, I didn't have to go home so late, but I was waiting with another coworker for someone to come over, and they never came over, so we ended up, but I did get to leave 20 minutes early. But here's the big deal. So afterwards, I took my mom out to Ricardo's, which is my favorite Mexican restaurant, and they have really good margaritas. And we went to Ricardo's, and afterwards, I took her to my office so she could see where I work every day. So we went on a little tour of Las Vegas. And then after that, we went to the Walmart by my work, and my mom bought me I have chairs now. That's a chair. And they're outdoor chairs for now. But eventually, when I get my set for the Sudsy Recap set up, I'm going to have a huge leopard chair with leopard upholstery. Like, it'll be an actual legit chair. But until then, now I always had makeshift chairs before, and I was sitting on, like, storage containers. So now I'm actually sitting on a fucking chair. And my mom has one too. So we can sit and watch television and sit in a chair as opposed to having to, you know, lay in bed and watch TV. It's fantastic. I'm really excited about this. So, and I showed her my shoes that light up. Have I showed you guys my shoes that light up? Let me see if I can show you guys that. I wore these to White Party. I got them for White Party. So, let's see if we can show. Actually, we can just show one because. So, I got these shoes, and this is what they do. They light up the entire shoe. I need to get a little. Oh, well, you can't really see too much because of this light. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so now, they change color. This is cool, but I didn't know if anyone there was epileptic. I'm not joking, and that might send them into a seizure. So I had them on this. This is what I had it on when I was at White Party. Isn't that cool? Super cool. Okay, anyways, just thought I would. So I showed my mom those shoes. They're really cool. Okay, well, let's turn the light back on. I enjoy. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I love fluorescent lighting. I'm sorry, I love it. Okay, so let's talk about Drag Race. Okay, so RuPaul's Drag Race. This was the week. I'm just going to tell you who went home first because it's been a month, so you already know who went home. Mayhem went home this month. Now, here's the thing. So they did this challenge where it was the Bossy Rossi show. And they all had to do these various challenges where they were paired up into groups of two, and they had these various topics, like I'm deathly afraid of pickles, or what's the other one? Like someone is always trying to copy me. Okay, so Vixen and Asia are paired together, and Vixen comes up with the idea, why don't I be Aquaria and you be Miz Cracker? Because that's the big deal, is that they're constantly copying each other. And Asia was like, that's some shady bullshit. But let's do it. I'm fine with that. So it's a great idea. I love the idea. Execution fell a little flat. It fell a little flat, and I'll tell you why. First of all, they were introduced as, Asia and Vixen, but they should have been introduced as Aquaria and Miz Cracker, right? And then they could have talked about, but they didn't really go forward with it. And they look considerably different than Aquaria and Miz Cracker. So unless you knew that they were doing that, you wouldn't really know that they were doing that. So I felt like that kind of fell short a little bit, and it would have been a lot funnier if they had full on just, because see, that is shade. That is shady boots. If you were to say, okay, let's make fun of them and let's full on just make fun of them right to their face. I mean, that's shady, but it's fierce. It's fierce because I think they would have won that challenge. But instead, the winner of the challenge was Miz Cracker because she was. But here's the sad thing though. Okay, so her and Mayhem were paired together. And they were playing, and Mayhem was playing I'm Deathly Afraid of Pickles. And she didn't really play it like she was scared of pickles. She took it more like, I think pickles are gross, right? I mean, that's not that big of a deal though. But Miz Cracker was like, she's like, I said, I saw that pickle costume and I really wanted to try that pickle. And so she's got full face on, but she's in this pickle costume and she's like, she's Dr. Dill. That's what they called her, Dr. Dill. And they were like, okay, Dr. Dill's like, you know what? I've got something to tell you. I'm not a doctor that specializes in pickles. I am a pickle. And she was like, right? It was hilarious on Miz Cracker's part. Mayhem, I love you, Mayhem. I love me some Miss Mayhem. I've known Miss Mayhem for many, many, many years. And I still think she's fierce. But just in this challenge, it's got to be kind of difficult on all the girls on that show because, it's a lot of pressure, because it takes us 12 weeks to see a season. They shoot it in only 2 weeks. So that's only a couple days. So it's challenge after challenge, whereas we have a week in between each challenge. They have no time in between each challenge. They do a challenge and then the next day they do another one. So it's a little bit high pressure, a little bit more than it's kind of conveyed to the audience. So I definitely feel for Mayhem in that respect. And then they had, this was the season. This was when Shania Twain was one of the guest judges. Now, let me tell you, she guest judged on RuPaul's Drag Race. The gays loved her. And then she said she would have voted for Trump, and then that was it. She was dead to the gays. So they were like, oh, you can use us when you got an album to promote, and then you want to be our friend, and now you're saying you're going to vote for Trump? Fuck you, right? I don't necessarily think... She basically said, look, I'm an ignorant Canadian. I don't pay too much attention to American politics. I'm just saying it was a good idea that someone that was an outsider won. I don't know anything about Trump or any of his policies. So, it's one of those questions that if I had been asked that, I'd have been like, I'm a Canadian. I don't have an opinion on that. It's not my country. I love Justin Trudeau. You know what I mean? That's what I would have said if I had been asked that question. And instead, she's really feeling the wrath for that. But Cameron Michaels was like, I love you. You're the reason. You're the reason why I'm a drag queen. And and I will say she was very flattered by that. And she said, thank you very much. So it's not like she's homophobic. She's just kind of I don't want to say an idiot, but she just doesn't think before she speaks. Let's put it that way. And she said that too in her apology statement. She said, I don't really think before I speak. That's not anyways, so they had this Denim and Diamonds challenge, and Monet Exchange came out in these chaps, but the chaps were a little bit ill-fitting. So in the front, they kind of came apart a little bit, and they weren't as tight as they should have been. So it looked a little bit sloppy, a little bit. And then Mayhem came out in this cute pink denim dress, but they were like, is that denim? Because they couldn't tell that it was denim. Because it was pink, all the other denims were all blue. But because Mayhem's dress was pink, it was denim, but it didn't look denim. And they were like, your look is very juvenile. And the reason they say that is because it's very, do you remember when JonBenet Ramsey won that one pageant that she was in, and she was in that little cowgirl outfit? And I swear to God, after, there was a whole bunch of people dressed up like that for Halloween that year in West Hollywood, I'm just saying. And I kind of think that's actually what Mayhem was going for, actually. But, the fact that they couldn't understand whether or not that was denim, that's kind of a big deal, because it was denim and diamonds, right? Whereas Miz Cracker comes out looking like Pippi Longstocking with her little red hair and her ponytails up, and she put on these buck teeth that were so huge. And it was really interesting because I'm really starting to root for Miz Cracker. I really like her because she was talking about how, she loves to go for the comedy and she likes making people laugh, and all these people think that she's great or whatever, but she doesn't think that about herself. Like, she will always be like, fuck, I could have done that better. Like, she's very hard on herself because she doesn't love herself. And I'm like, oh, that made me love her even more. But the thing is, I think that you can still be a perfectionist and love yourself. It's never good enough, but you can still love yourself. I mean, I don't think that they're necessarily mutually exclusive. I'm just saying. So the lip sync between your life was between Monet and Mayhem, and Monet basically stripped down to practically nothing, and she was spraying. They had to do "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," which is like total drag queen. Like, a lot of Shania songs are like total drag queen songs. And "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," "Any Man of Mine." Well, there's another one. There was another one that was at the beginning. Whatever. In any case, she has a whole bunch of songs that drag queens love. So they had to do that, and she was like spraying her hair, like she pulled like hairspray out of her fucking bra and shit and was spraying her hair. And it was, she went for it and she went crazy and she won, and they sent Mayhem home, and Mayhem was grateful, but it was sad because I love Mayhem, but you never know. All Stars 5. Just saying. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat in my lovely new purple chair. And you can hashtag Drag Race to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race or RPDR. And you can also hashtag Days to talk Days of Our Life. My mom and I have one more episode to watch, so we're going to go do that right now. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And also, you can also look around for my Storytime with Angel Benton series where I tell stories about my life. Episode 2 is coming up. I think I'm not going to do episode 2, though, until I come back from England and meet Steps. I'm very excited about Steps. I'm really, really excited about that. Anyways, thanks for logging on today, everyone. Have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.